Hey everyone, welcome to the weekly selection. This week, let's start with AMC. It has this bearish pattern, looks about ready to go for another run up. I think minimum would be 5.6, but most likely target is 6.5, something like this. Can still chop a bit before moving higher. This is the resistance it needs to clear. As soon as it clears this, it will just surge up. It has no, so it could still do something like this. Retest for 84-ish, but it's basically an ascending triangle, and as soon as it clears it, it will surge, then surge again. It's a meme name, you know how this thing goes. It could go first thing on Monday as well. Like I said, as soon as it clears the this area in a decisive way, it will go. There was some call flows as well for 6.5. Then we have Schwab. So for Schwab, this looks like a bull flag. I'll go into lower time frame immediately. But this is the area to hold. So this is the gap fill at 643, 664.413. If this doesn't hold, it will fill the gap. So uh, the trigger is either a bounce here or a loss of this. If we lose this, we go short until 60, 69, 59, 60. If it bounces, I think the target is to get to 74, 75 to fill this gap here, and it doesn't have a lot of resistance on the way up. This is the small level to clear. So going into the lower time frame, it looks pretty bullish. You can still something like this. As soon as we break to the uptrend, we will go here. If we break above it, this, we go to 75 pretty quickly. And if we break down, we go here. This area here is also by the dip, so 60 is almost certainly a dip buy for Schwab, with the same target, but later on. Like I think we get, by the time this bull phase is ready, I think we will see 75 on Schwab. Then Nvidia. Nvidia saw a lot of flows for 540 for September 1st. Lots of put selling, lots of at the money call buying and selling. Like I saw like 450 calls bought and sold 520. So still a bullish setup, and also kind of a bull flag for Nvidia. I do expect it to go a bit lower before it goes higher. So something, we have this low area here. I expect it to be retested either on 440 it bounces or goes for even potentially a lower low, but RSI will be making a higher low, so something like this. Even if we go to 440 and then we bounce, we go higher, we go, and probably like the minimum, depending on how bullish or bearish the market is a retest of the highs at 478, so 480. So this is what I expect for this one. Charge point is taking its time. I talked about it in the past as well. Waiting for either a retest of this, and this is a buy here, or a solid breakout, and we buy the breakout. And I think this has a lot to go. I think it goes to 12, maybe even higher. Actually, I think it goes higher. This will squeeze a lot. Like this is a very shorter name. When once it goes, it won't easily stop. And I think the target is this 19 area here, 1920. UNH, nothing changed since last time. It's consolidating here, making a bull flag as well. Once the market turns bullish again, I think it breaks out and goes to 550. Might take another week or so, but we keep it on the list. Foot Locker, another one consolidating here. I don't think this is a bear flag. RSI is going very high, so don't know if it will move before earnings. so can still play in the chop range. But the fact that it hasn't lost this made new lows around here is very encouraging. Even if we go down, I would expect 24, 25 to hold. So something like this, maybe 20, 24, 23, let's say 23 to make a channel of it. Say this turns into a channel, then to 22. That's a bit low, but still a dip buy. And but I don't think this will happen. Like I think we hold the low here like 24-ish, and then we bounce. Uh, Same kind of situation as with other. We wait for it to give us a decisive move. If it goes up, we uh, we go long. If it goes down, we buy the dip around in this area here. Next, Hood. So for Hood, huge level here. It seems to be turning it into support. Earnings are behind us now. Now we see what it actually moves. When we look at lower time frame, we have a bullish divergence on RSI. So I do think it will hold this level. Um, could push below it down to retest of the week. This was 1090, so we could see 1090 again, but I think we bounce. I think this will hold. It will be double tested to go below it and rejected, and then when it's rejected, we have the next surge up and go back to the highs 13, maybe even higher. Don't know for sure, but I think it goes higher. Probably like 15. 15 would be my target. Then Huya. This is a Chinese name that hasn't moved a lot lately. It has earnings next week. It's a squeezer. When it moves a lot and quickly. This is the equivalent of Twitch. This is Chinese Twitch. But I think Douyu was the other one. So Douyu is the bigger one, Huya is the smaller one, and Chinese Twitch basically. After earnings, if the reaction is bullish, expect continuation. Like even if it goes like 20% up in a day, this name usually goes up a lot and continues going for a while. Like see this run here. This was 1, 2, 3 days. It went up like 40%. So even if you miss it, don't despair. I think you can still catch it. The only warning is that it has horrible spreads for options, so this might be a shares play without anything else behind it. Then short-term bearish, only have RH here. It went to the top of the target. This is bearish divergence. I think it wants to correct. Uh, Correction being even this like 392 from Friday down to 366. This would be bullish afterwards, but still a pretty large correction for uh, a weekly trade. UPS remains on the short list. This is earnings next Tuesday. I'm kind of scared because if there's one stock that will move the market aside from mega caps when it has bad earnings, it's going to be UPS because it's a reflection of the state of the economy. And if the combination of UPS earnings being bad, if they are bad, and potentially higher than expected CPI, could actually ruin the bullish fun for next week. So this would be Tuesday after hours, I think, and next CPI Wednesday before hours would not be a very good and bullish setup. But we'll see what earnings brings us. Even if it goes back to the high, this is a short again around here. UPS will not have a good time in the near future. LLY on the short list, still earnings next Tuesday as well. I don't know which way it will go for earnings. If it breaks down, it breaks down. If it goes up again, I would expect it to get rejected again at the highs, and then continue start going down more aggressively to at least a retest of this level. Like, let's say it goes to 465, then we have a drop to 430, decent like 8% drop to play for the next month or so. LNC remains on the list. This was the flow one. These are still down from the buy point, but it's looking rather promising. Then long-term bullish. This is Disney looks ready. Like I said this multiple times in the past, but this time it really looks ready. Earnings as well. Hopefully it's a bullish catalyst on Wednesday. But this one should go with the economy, with the GDP running at 4% and mega cap techs doing well. I don't see how Disney could not do well as well. This is maybe exaggerated. Oh no, 100 is fine. I thought it was 120. This should be coming for Disney. TLT. I posted on Vitard in the daily. I think anything in this area is a buy. Just don't go full crazy all in yet, because we might go lower depending on what happens with CPI. But for now, uh, I don't expect this to be bullish completely. Like, I would expect to see something like this and then go again. I will be adding if we go lower than this, and the real breakout where we go to 120 be once we break out here. Pfizer saw a bit. Oh, Disney saw a bit of flows as well. Pfizer saw a bit of flows as well. The bullish ones. Pfizer earnings behind us. It will break out soon. Target is 40 for now, but I think we go even higher. Depends on how long the market remains bullish. But this would be the target. Walgreens still doing its thing. I would wait for it to go lower before getting in, but I also building towards a breakout. Target, this remains the same setup, waiting for the breakout or breakdown to buy at a lower level. Then I have a couple of ones which I'm not sure what they will do because earnings. So Groupon, it's right in the middle of this level. It's an important one. If earnings next week, August, there were some bullish flows as well. Not really sure how to play it, but if we go up, targets is 10. If we go down, the dip buy is 6.25, something like this. So this horizontal level is the buy. This is the target if it goes up. Could potentially go even higher depending if earnings are bullish or not. GME, this one has been a bit of a tease as well. It hasn't moved yet. Uh, I'm still waiting. I think we get a retest of the low here now that we have gone down. So that's 2020 exactly. I think we have a huge run up going into the movie release on September 22nd. So I'm willing to throw some money at it and see what happens. More like a lotto play. I would like to get in this area, and hopefully we have a huge run going into the movie release up to 30, like a squeeze, a true squeeze like we haven't had in a while. And finally, solar name Maxion. Uh, this is a very important level that it just went below it. It's a potential gap fill. Earnings on Thursday. Uh, if this might move before earnings, the point is it might bounce here. If we go lower time frame, it looks kind of bullish with RSI consolidating at the lows and doing more of a falling wedge like this. So I'm leaning bullish towards it. But if it's bearish, it will fill the gap. If it's bullish, it may start going up even before earnings in anticipation. Target is 26, but again can go much higher if the setup is bullish, like 32. Be let's, let's say this first 29, 30. So yeah, this would be it. If uh, if it's bearish, we go for the gap fill. I would not buy the dip unless earning pass. So if we drop before earnings, don't buy the dip because it might keep dipping and go to 15, 16. So wait after earnings. If earnings are bad, the dip buy becomes this area, 16. That's it. Good luck for next week. Bye bye.